A linen pant costs $30 at Target. The same wide leg cut, the same fabric weight, the same pull-on waistband sells for over $100 at a boutique 2 miles away. A white t-shirt, a black dress, a cardigan, a pair of work pants. The same closet problems, solved by the same garments, priced at 2 to 3 times the cost depending on the store. The difference is not always the fabric. It is the photography, the boutique rent, the influencer campaign, and the story built around the garment. 5 cheap women's clothing brands are solving these problems without the markup. By the end of this video, you will know which ones. Number 1. Old Navy. Gap Inc. launched Old Navy in 1994 in San Francisco, California, under the direction of Mickey Drexler. The concept was simple: a family-oriented clothing brand built on volume, low overhead, and prices below what a department store would charge for the same wardrobe jobs. That model has not changed. Most women register Old Navy as background noise. The denim wall, the folded tanks, the rack of summer dresses, the cardigan section near the back. It does not feel like a discovery. It feels like a store you already know. That familiarity is the reason most women underestimate it. Old Navy sells at scale. Scale eliminates one of the most expensive layers in clothing retail, the scarcity premium. A boutique that stocks 30 units of a linen dress prices each unit to absorb the cost of everything that does not sell. A brand moving hundreds of thousands of units prices each one against a fraction of that overhead. The savings reach the shelf. The everyday jean retails for under $40. The basic tank runs $8 to $15. The summer dress lands at $25 to $35. The work pant, the hoodie, the cardigan, and the activewear piece all follow the same logic. Volume keeps the markup out. Old Navy also carries extended sizing across its core categories. The full size range is on the same shelf. The point is not that every Old Navy piece is worth buying. The point is that a woman who ignores the brand because it feels ordinary is paying a lifestyle premium somewhere else for the same wardrobe job. The white tee is the same garment. The store is different. The store is the markup. Number 2, A New Day. Target launched its A New Day private women's label in 2017, positioning it as an affordable basics line inside a store most women already visit weekly for groceries, cleaning supplies, beauty products, and household items. The clothing section is not the reason for the trip. That is exactly why the value sits there, undisturbed, every week. A women's ribbed t-shirt in the A New Day line retails for around $10. A women's linen wide leg pull-on pant retails for around $25 to $30. These are not clearance prices. They are the standard shelf price for a private label brand that carries no wholesale distributor margin, no fashion house overhead, and no boutique markup. The money that would have paid for those layers stays out of the price. The private label model is not new. It is the same logic behind Kirkland's signature at Costco. The factory cost of the garment is not dramatically different from a brand name equivalent at twice the price. The retail price is lower because the layers between the factory and the shelf have been removed. A New Day removes 3 of them: the wholesale distributor, the fashion house margin, and the boutique experience fee. What remains is the garment and a shelf price that reflects the factory cost and a reasonable retailer margin. The pieces worth stopping for: ribbed tees, linen blend pants, simple dresses, cardigans, work tops, skirts, and seasonal basics. These are not editorial items. They are wardrobe problems solved at shelf price. A New Day is not hidden because it is hard to find. It is hidden because millions of women walk past it every week, assuming something this affordable cannot be worth checking. That assumption is the markup talking. The rack is there, the price is there. The garment performing the same job as the $60 boutique version is there. Number 3, Quince. Quince was founded in 2018 in San Francisco, California by Sid Gupta. The model was built on a single premise: sell premium feeling materials, washable silk, organic linen, cashmere, cotton at prices that strip out the boutique experience fee rather than the fabric quality. Quince is not the cheapest brand on this list. That is not the point. The point is what the price is buying. A washable silk slip dress from a traditional women's boutique retails at 2 to 3 times the Quince price of $89.90. The fabric content on both reads 100% washable silk. The construction specifications may be comparable. What the boutique price includes that the Quince price does not: a flagship store lease, a wholesale distribution margin, an editorial content budget, and a campaign built around the aspiration of owning silk. Quince removes those layers. The silk remains. Quince is not where a woman goes for the lowest sticker price. It is where she goes when she wants the material story of expensive clothing without paying the full boutique markup. Before the final 2 brands, 5 things a woman can check in any store or before placing an order. These tests take 5 minutes. First, the opacity test. Hold the fabric up to a light source. White tops, linen pants, skirts, dresses, and leggings are the most common failures. If the fabric becomes see-through immediately, material was removed from the construction to meet a price point. Second, read the fabric label. Cotton, linen, modal, silk, and polyester behave differently after repeated washing. The label predicts how the garment will breathe, drape, pill, shrink, or lose its shape. That information is printed on every garment. Most buyers ignore it. Third, inspect the inside seams. Turn the garment inside out. Tight, even stitching, and reinforced seams signal construction that holds. Loose threads, puckered fabric, and unfinished edges signal the opposite. Fourth, the recovery test. Stretch the neckline or waistband gently and release. If it does not return to its original shape, it will not return on the 5th wear. Fifth, the wash test. The first try-on is not the truth. The truth is what happens after repeated washing. A cheap garment that survives 50 washes without shrinking, twisting, or pilling is cheap because the markup is gone, not because the quality is. Number 4, H&M Erling Persson opened the first Hennes store in 1947 in Västerås, Sweden. The brand was renamed H&M after a 1968 acquisition. H&M is a gold mine when the fabric, lining, seams, and fit pass the tests above. It is a loss when a woman buys on styling alone and the construction fails by the 3rd wash. Number 5, Amazon Essentials. Most women do not search for this brand by name. They search for a black dress, a cardigan, a work pant, or a skirt. Amazon Essentials appears inside the result without a boutique story or a brand identity in the price. The brand is invisible by design. 5 brands, 5 removals. Old Navy stripped the scarcity premium through scale. A New Day stripped the wholesale and fashion house layers through private label. Quince stripped the boutique experience fee by selling direct. H&M stripped the designer price from trend pieces. Amazon Essentials stripped the brand story entirely. The women who know these brands tend not to announce them. They replace a worn-out basic without revisiting the boutique. They find the silk piece and the linen pant and say nothing. These are not women chasing a label. They are buying the garment. The best cheap women's clothing brands are not always hidden because they are rare. Sometimes they are hidden because they look too normal. If you own a cheap women's clothing brand that washed better or lasted longer than expected, drop the name in the comments and say which piece surprised you. Help the next viewer find the gold mine she is missing.